Hello, happy Thursday. Let's do some exercise. Okay. Ooh. Let's do some leg exercise. Alright. Ah. Okay. Alright. Leg exercise. Ooh. Oh, wow. Yeah. So that's calf exercise, and then thigh. Wow. Oh, I'm feeling the burn. Yeah, please feel free to do it with me. Okay. Okay. Wow. Oh, that was good. Okay. Now let's do some martial arts. Um. Uh. Well, yeah, some hand. Well, how about second joints? Okay. Knee and elbow, right? I think that's enough. Okay, we'll take 5 minutes break. Ooh. 5 minutes exercise session. Okay. Okay, let's take 5 minutes break, please. Ah. Okay. Yeah, let me grab my chair. Yeah, happy Thursday, everybody. Today was very warm in Alaska. It's like today, like it went over 32 degrees, so that was very nice temperature today in Alaska in February. Yeah. It's good to be in warm winter. Okay. All right. So, um, yeah. Sorry about talking about the same thing. Yeah, anti-Asianism. Well, in Alaska, we are scared from that, but uh, I feel it just a little bit because we understand it's copiumology, right? Negative copium go down. So I'm Asian, so during this day and age of anti-Asianism, post-COVID anti-Asianism, yeah, me as an Asian, social status being low, so sometimes it's difficult to contain this negative copium going down, right? Although people try it. Yeah, I feel it a little bit. Young women, young men, older women, older men, it has nothing to do with gender and age, okay? Yeah. If I said it otherwise, well, it's because I didn't quite experience from other people, okay? But yeah, it has nothing to do with race or, I mean, gender. Yeah, sure, race, gender, or age. Yeah, I do sometimes feel it, okay? Well, Alaskans are nice, okay? Not just Alaska, even lower 48, okay? I have friends, uh, they're very protective of me, okay? So, because they kind of understand I'm Asian, so I'm kind of going through some difficult time during this anti-Asianism era. So they're very protective of me, okay? So in Alaska and also lower 48, wherever in the world, okay? Yeah, thank you, okay? But good times will come. You know, back in Vietnam War era, back in 1960s, right? Americans picked on veterans or service members, military personnel, because Vietnam War was very unpopular. So Vietnam veterans, they were picked on. Yes. But later on, after that, anti-veteranism was over, anti-military personnel-ism was over. Uh, Nowadays, veterans, they were very well treated, right? Very well respected. So yeah, this ideology, pro anti, it goes up and down. So uh, if we Asians survive this anti-Asianism, we'll get credit for that. Okay, so good time is coming. We don't know when it's gonna be over. We don't know, but we just persevere, survive this anti-Asianism. Then good day will come to Asians. Okay, so let me refill this vodka real quick. So I don't watch news anymore because it's so full of negativity, division. So I blocked the channel. I don't watch news anymore. Okay. But last time I watched some news, that was like a week ago, right? Yeah, there's some social media posting making fun of Asians eating dogs. Okay, so I mean we don't recommend that kind of activity. Okay, making fun of a group of people when that group is under attack. That's too animalistic. That's like joining the bandwagon. It's too easy. It's downhill kind of animalistic behavior to pick on smaller people, weaker people. That's very animalistic behavior. So we don't recommend that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so some Western literature that I'm studying during my spare time. Yeah, Mr. Ernest Hemingway made some keen observation, some good omission when he writes the novel. He omit some details so that reader can take a guess, fill in the blanks, read between the lines. By doing that, let me add something to that. His good omission theory. Okay, yeah, in humanology, it's like this. Okay, it's reader as an audience, it's audience participation, so that readers reading omit some omission to fill in the blanks themselves when they read Ernest Hemingway's novels. Yeah, they're being active readers because they have to fill in the blanks, read between the lines, right? So that they are becoming active participant of this event, novel reading. So it's not passive audience, but it's active audience engagement, audience participation. Okay. Hemingway didn't quite explain that, but we are doing it now. Why? Because we kind of had this concept before in humanology. Okay. Yeah, let the readers come up with their own interpretation of this book that they are reading. Yeah, active participation, active reading, right? Yeah, yeah, leave something out, omit something, so that audience would be more active readers using their imagination, experience, so that they take ownership of this reading experience, as opposed to being told everything. Passive as a passive audience, yeah, active audience participation is way better, right? Yeah, it's more engaging, right? Experience. Yeah. So how about live performance? Yeah, live performance like acting, theater, play on the stage, live audience, okay, or musical concert, or we as an audience watching people singing, playing guitar, drum, or dance, right? So live performance is always collaboration between performer and audience, okay, performance and audience. Why? As a former performer, yeah, sometimes we have kind and generous audience and we perform better. When we have some not so kind and not so generous audience, our performance suffers. So live performance is collaboration between performers and audience. Okay. I have both kinds of experience. Performance experience. Okay. Yeah. What else? Uh I have no idea what's going on in the world, okay? Why I'm not reading any news. So what's going on in the world? I have no idea. I'm not reading any news. But I'm reading some history biographies of Western writers like Mr. Ezra Pound, Ernest Hemingway, both of the long biographies in Wikipedia. Yeah, I finished reading them. Okay. Next, what writers? I think I might read uh, Jewish French poet, Miss Monsieur Marcel Proust. Marcel Proust. Okay. I think I'm gonna read. I might read his biography. He did not work. He lived off of his parents' money. Okay, and he passed away young. I think in his 40s, early 40s, I think. But he produced good stuff like poems, right? Yeah. Again, I'm not going to read his book, poems. I'm not going to read any of those people's novels. I don't have time. Okay. But when I read their biographies, there's some snippet of their poems, sentences, from the novel, some excerpts. To me, that's good enough. I think my writing maybe have improved a little bit. Who knows if I write better in these papers, humanology series, maybe it will get a more audience. I don't know. But I think as writers, if you are a writer too, okay, I encourage you to be, okay, because it's a great hobby, all right? And so as writers, yeah, it's our moral and ethical obligation that we learn some past literature so that we become better writers, right? To pass on the knowledge to the future generation, writing skills, right? Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm reading their biographies, learning the history of past days in the Western Hemisphere, and also some excerpts of their sentences, and that helps. That's the only thing I can afford. I cannot read their books. No, I don't have time. I don't have time because my time is reserved for actual writing. Okay, so and unlike Monsieur Marcel Proust, I have a job. Okay, he didn't. Maybe he was well to do. Maybe he had rich parents, wealthy parents. I don't. I have to work. Okay, and in humanology, labor is a very good thing. Okay, yeah, toilet more Monday through Friday. What 8 to 5, 9 to 5. Okay, I mean we don't always suffer, right? Sometimes work can be fun, labor, right? But other times it's not easy, right? It is challenging every day, right? So that kind of negative copium is good. Why? Unhappiness at work. Why? After that, we come home, we experience happiness. It's minor processing, okay? Like day and night, right? Without experiencing unhappiness at work, we cannot experience happiness at home because happiness, unhappiness, they are relative concept. I did write about that in this paper, okay? So, copiumology paper, humanology. Hmm. Another famous quote from Ernest Hemingway, Mr. Ernest Hemingway, yeah. It was his acceptance speech of Nobel Prize in Literature, okay. For health reason, he didn't attend that, but he sent them letter. Yeah, please read this in what Sweden. But he did accept the award. He could not attend due to health reason, the actual ceremony. But he sent them letter so that they can read it for him in the ceremony. Okay. Yeah. He said something like, "Yeah, a writer's life is very lonely. Writer's job is a very lonely business, very lonely. And every day, uh, he writes and thinking that this work of art, writing, it may become eternal or it may not. Yeah, every day he faced that kind of thinking, which is very interesting, right? Yeah. But his writing became eternal. Uh, we are sorry he died by suicide, Mr. Ernest Hemingway. Okay, we are sorry about that, but it seems to be he seems to be a very good writer and very smart man. Okay, so yeah, but you understand about suicide, right? You know how to prevent it. Okay, yeah, learn something new. My guess is that Ernest, Mr. Ernest Hemingway, he decided to choose suicide. Well, first of all, he was obese. In Wikipedia biography, they blame alcoholism. They don't know what they're talking about. It's not alcoholism that causes obesity. It's sugar and fat and lack of exercise. And they blame all about alcoholism. Oh, Mr. Hemingway, he became obese. Yeah, beer belly, whatever, because he's alcoholic. That's the cause of his depression, obesity. Blame alcohol. Yeah. Yeah, they don't know. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay. He ate too much sugar and fat, and he did not do exercise. Okay. So he was later on in his years, in his 50s, 60s, he lived quite a long time. I think he passed away in his 60s. Okay, but all this health problem, life become very painful, and he was worldwide famous person, international fame celebrity, Mr. Ernest Hemingway. So he would travel everywhere in the world. He got the money, power, fame, right? And he's been writing for more than 3 decades. After that, I guess he was feeling boredom and his body was aching because he does not do exercise and he ate way too much sugar and fat. He was obese. And it was money, power, fame, traveling. But after a while, money, power, fame, and all the traveling, money, power, fame, it becomes boring. But you get used to it once you get it for a long time. And his body was unhealthy, too much sugar and fat, obesity, and lack of exercise. So he was suffering from a lot of corporeal pain, body aches. So our recommendation to people like Mr. Ernest Hemingway with all the money, power, fame, who are bored, yeah, go back to school or just learn something new. He knew all about writing, literature, right? But he didn't know anything about mathematics. So how about diet, exercise, and studying some mathematics? He knew a lot of foreign languages. He traveled all over the world. But he did not learn the language of mathematics or physics, chemistry, biology, okay. He could have done that instead. Right? He wrote enough and he's fed up, tired of writing. So yeah, let us stop writing and start studying mathematics and physics. Go back to school or learn online or just buy the books, learn by reading. And diet and exercise, please. That would be our recommendation to people like him. Okay, so yeah, suicide prevention. Okay, because we don't want anybody committing to suicide. Okay, why? We'll talk about that in 5 minutes. Yeah, suicide prevention. Okay, yeah, we'll talk about that in 5 minutes. Okay, let's take 5 minutes. Yeah, it's a difficult topic to talk about, but we have to. Right? Okay. So, why do we object to suicide? It's because, um, well, there are many aspects, right? Mr. Herr, Arthur Schopenhauer, he kind of sympathized with people who died from suicide. Okay, yeah, in some of his essays, he talked about it. Okay, uh, um, so we object to suicidalism. Okay, why? Well, the thing is this. Okay, it's an economic waste. All right, what's a person's worth? How much money? Of course, money is invaluable. You cannot put a dollar value to a person's life, right? But actuarial science, life insurance companies, they have to calculate it. Okay. So, um, what's a person's worth? Let's say a person live 100 years. Okay. Well, how much money does it take for a person to live? Let's say $10,000 minimum wage. Okay. To make the calculation easy. Okay. Let's say rent, food, heating bill, bare minimum. Let's say to sustain a person's life, let's say $10,000 a year. Okay. Then, if this person has been living for 30 years, 30 times $10,000, $300,000 has been spent to make this person survive for 30 years. $300,000 worth investment in this individual, 30 years old person. Just food and shelter, clothing, heating alone. 30 years old person, there has been money investment worth of $300,000. $10,000 per year. And if this person dies by suicide, by accident, or by murder, whatever, okay, $300,000 investment on this individual is lost, gone. And that's economic waste. Okay? Well, that's the easy part because we are just calculating numbers. Okay? It's a startup, but for a startup, we have to begin somewhere to analyze this. Okay? Yeah, we are anti-suicidalists. Okay? That's what we are talking about. Okay, so. So that's more physical level. How about metaphysical level? There has been, we are talking about 30 years old person. Okay. How about emotional investment of the 30-year-old person? Metaphysical investment. All right. Physical investment, yeah. $300,000 money invested in this person. 30-year-old person. Okay. How about emotional, metaphysical investment? Yeah, love. The people, this 30-year-old person, let's say it's Adam, okay? All the person that Adam has ever met, all the people who cared about Adam's well-being, right? How many people? 30 years old Adam. How many people he met in his 30 years of life. Yeah, his parents, friends, teachers, neighbors, friends, perhaps some ex-girlfriends, and maybe if he have children, wife, ex-girlfriends, or friends, former colleagues, classmates, roommates, teachers. But if this person dies from suicide or accident or murder, they'll be very sad. People who loved him. But they invested a lot of love, affection, and time, and also money for Adam. All right? Yeah. We cannot put money value, dollar value, dollar figure, number to people's love is more precious than money, right? I mean, in humanology, yeah, copium, love, we kind of quantify it too, okay? Yeah, because you can love somebody just a little bit, or you can love somebody a lot. So they are quantifiable, all right? But in terms of money, it's not quite interconvertible, love and money. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Why? Look, let's say Adam's mother, okay, were pregnant with Adam for 9 months, and she gave birth to Adam, baby boy, with enormous birth labor, very huge pain and suffering, right? Now, so it's Adam's mother, okay? Let's say her name is Mary, okay? So, would she accept? Okay, let's say gave birth to Adam, all right? And somebody's trying to buy Adam, okay? Let's act, all right? So, yeah, Mary, I have my baby boy Adam, okay? So, who are you? Oh, my name is Mr. Satan, the devil, all right? Uh, let's negotiate, okay? I'm giving you a deal of your lifetime, okay? If you give me your son, I give you some money. So, call the price. How much is your son's worth in dollar figure? What kind of question is that? $1 million? No. $1 billion? No. $1 trillion? No. How about the entire universe? I can give it to you if you give me your son. No way. Okay, so that's why it's not possible to calculate, convert a person's life in terms of money. Okay? It just doesn't work. Huh? It's just a thought experiment, humanological thought experiment. Okay, so yeah. So that's suicide prevention right there. Okay, so um, well, there's some more story, right? Give me 5 minutes. Okay, so I need some vocal rest. All right, and then we talk some more about suicide prevention, right? Yeah, because I finished reading about Mr. Ernest Hemingway's biography. Okay, so many people in his family died from suicide. Okay, so yeah, so we want to prevent suicides. Okay, so well, give me 5 minutes. Okay, so, yeah. Okay, so Mr. Arthur Schopenhauer, very controversial figure, German philosopher in 1900s, uh, in some circle quite notorious. Okay, yeah, because he dealt with some taboo topics like suicide, right? And some people even might call him misogynist, sexist. Okay, but I don't think he was. Okay, so he came up with this inequality, mathematical inequality, quantitative term about suicide. Yeah, suicide inequality. Okay. Uh, I read his books. Okay, so I also studied him a little bit. So I know some of his theories. Okay. So what is his theory? Okay, suicide is a problem. We want to solve it. We want to prevent it. In order to solve the problem, we have to understand the problem itself. Then we can solve the problem, right? Yeah, we have to understand the problem first. So Mr. Herr Arthur Schopenhauer's suicide inequality is this. Okay, suicide happens when pain of life is bigger than pain of death. Okay, which is logical. Yeah, it's quantitative, very smart observation. Okay, smart theory. Okay, but there's more to it. But it was good starting point to understand this problem of suicide. Okay, because not everybody in pain they decide to conduct suicide. All right, not everybody who suffer a lot of pain decide to die. Right, some do, some don't. Okay, so Schopenhauer his theory is good, but it's incomplete. All right, there's some more to it, more variables. Okay, yeah. So let's identify some of those hidden variables that was not noticed by Mr. Schopenhauer like 200 years ago. Okay, why don't we identify some hidden variables? Okay, if you want to. Okay, I give you a minute. Okay, what are some other variables? Why do some people decide to end their lives and while some others don't? Is it all about pain, pain of life being bigger than pain of death, or are there some other variables? Okay, I give you a minute. Okay, because I want to drink because I worked, I came home, and I wrote humanology paper like 32 pages. Okay, so from my calculation, it's about the same level of pages that Mr. Ernest Hemingway did. Okay, about 3 pages away. Okay, so, yeah, so I would just want to relax, drink. If I die and if I happen to go to heaven, would I want to have drink with Mr. Ernest Hemingway? I don't think so. Okay, he's a guy. I'd rather have a drink with Miss Marilyn Monroe. She's an old lady. Okay, if I ever go to heaven. Okay, so I'm sure they are both in heaven. Okay. So, anyways, yeah, it's a religion factor. Religion. Religion is like blind hope, blind faith, irrational, more emotional based. Religion is very much emotional based. Okay, it's not science, right? So in humanology, the first equation in humanology is equal to science plus religion. Science, rationality, religion, emotionality. Okay? The polar opposite, okay? So we want both because that's who we are. We are rational and also emotional. Okay? So we have to account for both emotionality and rationality. Science and religion, okay? We need both because that's who we are. We are both emotional and rational, okay? Yeah. So to understand human being, we have to account for both emotionality and rationality. Science and religion, okay? So yeah. Then the picture is complete. Okay. So welcome to humanology, everybody. Okay. So yeah, anything goes. Okay. So where's my Alaska Crowberry vodka? Did I pick like last year? No, it was not spring. Berry season is in the autumn. Okay, it's like half a year old. 6 months. Okay. It's good. So yeah, I give you 5 minutes. Okay. What are some other hidden variables other than religion? Okay, so because there are some more, right? So yeah, suicide equation. Okay, yeah, pain of life, pain of death, pain of life bigger than pain of death. Yeah, that's Arthur Schopenhauer, and we identified one more variable: religion, blind faith, optimism, hope, faith, or obedience of God's edict that we should live because God created us. It will be great disobedience if we terminate our own lives when God created us so that we live. We are disobeying God by terminating our lives because God wants us to live. That's why God created us. So that's the religion part, okay? But there are some more variables in this suicide equation, okay? I give you 5 more minutes, okay? So if you want to, you don't have to, okay? So this Alaska crowberry, okay, there's this nice in the valley, which is like 1 hour and 30 minutes north of Anchorage, Alaska. Okay. I'm in the valley, this place, okay. About 30 minutes or 1 hour up north, there's this nice mountain area where there are a lot of crowberries and blueberries, okay. Very popular hiking place. Okay. My complaint, okay, people with dogs, okay, they let the dogs poo and they don't pick it up. All right. So I'm like, guys and girls, okay, it's not just Alaska, it's any other states in America. They bring the dogs to hiking places, right? And after their dogs poo, defecate with their dog poo droppings. Some of them don't pick it up, okay? So it's just sitting there, okay? I'm like, sometimes I step on it on my shoes. And I didn't know, okay? Then my car started to smell like just dog poo. Even in my porch, when I take off my shoes, it starts to smell like dog poo. I'm like, so last autumn time, fall season, 5 months ago, I went to this hiking place to pick berries. And I see dog poos here and there. Okay, I'm trying to pick berries and there are dog poos. Where I'm gonna eat these berries, but right next to it there's some dog poos. Okay, I they should pick them up. Okay, dog droppings, feces. Hey. But I have good eyes, okay. Of course, I wear glasses, so yeah. I made sure when I pick the berries, it's not right next to some canine droppings, okay. So okay, some other factors, yeah, discipline, okay. Mr. Ernest Hemingway, okay, he went to the wars. He was a journalist before he became novelist, okay. And whenever there was some wars like Spanish Civil Wars or Guernica, Pablo Picasso, okay, or there's some World War Two, World War One, whatever. Okay, yeah, he went there wherever, whenever there are wars because he wants some good stories. Okay, he was in there Normandy, yeah, Omaha Beach, as a journalist. He volunteered. Okay, yeah, he's a well disciplined person, but at the same time, money, power, fame, right? Yeah, and he married many times. Whenever he saw this younger lady, he divorced his ex-wife and married younger ladies. I think he got married like 5 times, something like that. Okay, so and he made a lot of extramarital affairs too. Yeah, Mr. Ezra Pound, Mr. Ernest Hemingway. Okay, kind of promiscuous, temporally speaking. Okay, hedonistic, right? Always be spoiled, right? Lacking discipline, moralistic, ethical discipline. Okay, and also not very religious. Right, so yeah, there's some element of discipline, lack thereof, lacking discipline. Okay, yeah, because not everybody who are suffering from pain and suffering in life decide to end their lives. Okay, people who are very well disciplined, who are used to pain and suffering, they persevere, they endure. All right, and if they are religious too, that has as well to go through some hardships, bad times. Yeah, light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. I mean, you and I don't know how old or how young you are, but no matter how young or old you are, we've been through some bad times in our pasts, respective pasts. Okay. But we also remember good times too. It's day and night, pain, pleasure, minus plus, minus plus. Okay. Yeah, it's just life. Okay. Yeah. I'm going through some bad times too. Anti-Asianism. And in Alaska, there's not too much of that. But it's just some people staring at me the way they look at me. Sometimes it's verbal, sometimes it's written. Okay, yeah, I do feel it just a little bit. Okay, in Alaska. Okay, year 2021, February. Yeah, I experienced it just a little bit, but not too much. Not, but still, I do feel it every once in a while. Okay. Just a little bit. Yeah, it's not easy. Okay, year 2021, February, to be an Asian in America, right? But it's not just us Asians. Back in the days, earlier years of President Trump, yeah, Hispanics, Arabs in America. I guess I'm experiencing what they experienced like 4 or 5 years ago. Or how about Jews? How about blacks and whites year ago? BLM. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it was very difficult to be black or white in year 2020. Okay. BLM era. It's taking turns, right? Yeah. 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 Blacks, whites, Hispanics, Jews, Arabs in America, they had their time of persecution, the time they're bullied upon, picked on, okay. I guess this is our time now as an Asian in America, okay. We are being picked on, bullied upon, okay. Yeah, everybody gets their haircut, right? Yeah. In the big picture of things, history, right? We understand because we are well learned, well read, well versed in history, okay? Because we study, we read history, okay? Let me grab my cell phone and write it down, okay? Because I need to write about this tomorrow in the humanology paper, okay? So, okay, we'll take 5 minutes, okay? So, yeah. Okay. Okay, we're back. So yeah, suicide prevention, right? So uh the next factor in the suicide equation is knowledge, right? Yeah, some people know as humanology, we know all about it. Yeah, good and bad, good times, bad times, okay. Good time like day and night, then eternal recurrence concept, okay. Circle, sine curve, okay. It's just the way it is. We have good times, we have bad times, okay. But after bad times, good times will come. We know that for sure. Okay. But some people do not know that, right? And some people also do not know how to be happy. It's about diet, exercise. They don't know. So Mr. Hemingway, he became very obese. Yeah, he got some car accident, airplane accident. Okay, disabled. Yeah, right after some accident when you're recovering. Yeah, physical therapy, it could do more harm than good. Okay, you need to rest for your body to repair these injuries. When you know what? 4 years ago, I have bicycle accident. I was going down the hill in Anchorage. Uh, I think it was Campbell Creek Park. I've been bicycling very long time, maybe year or two. Okay, so it was boring. So to increase the resistance of this bicycling exercise action channel, I started to ride my bicycle without my two hands on the handles. Okay, like this. Okay, yeah, I know how to do that. Okay, and but it was downhill. Okay, so I put these two fingers each handle, index and thumb. Okay, and there's this tree root sticking out of this paved bicycle track, and I fell. I broke my right clavicle, collarbone. Okay, yeah, and like Mr. Ernest Hemingway, he wrote about kind of similar experience. Okay, because when he got injured, I think it was during World War One. Okay, when he was in the maybe Navy, something like that. Okay, okay, yeah. He realized he's no longer immortal. Okay, because he wrote about that. Mr. Ernest Hemingway. Okay, yeah. When you are young, you think you are immortal. Yeah, death, injury can happen to somebody else, but not to you. But when it happened to you, some injury, yeah, then you realize you are no exception. Okay, Mr. Ernest Hemingway wrote about that like 50, 70 years ago. Okay. I did not know about his writing about that experience that men or women, human, we are not immortal. We are mortal. We can die. We can get injuries. All right. Because I did not read his biography back then, 5 years ago. No, I did not read his books. Okay. But so 100 years later, I had the same experience. Okay. I thought I was immortal, invincible, right? So I was riding the bicycle downhill in Alaska, Anchorage, Campbell Creek, whatever, okay. And I fell and I broke my collarbone. Ouch. I was like this, okay. After that, I realized I'm not immortal. I'm not invincible. Yeah, I can break my collarbone and I can even die. Okay. And some 100 years ago, yeah, Mr. Hemingway, he had the same experience, World War One, and he wrote about it. But I did not know that until a couple of days ago when I read his biography. But 5 years ago, without knowing him writing about it, I experienced exactly the same experience. Okay. Well, I was not in World War One or two, but I was just riding my bicycle. bicycle down the hill in Alaska, broke my collarbone, and I realized I'm not especially protected by God. I realized I'm not an exception to this personal injury or death. Maybe I'm not that important to God as I once thought for 4 decades. Maybe God does not take any exception for me because I broke my collarbone going downhill on a bicycle. I had my helmet, yeah. So what? In a bicycle, you have no seat belt. You're exposed, and it can go downhill very fast. Tree stump, yeah, I fell. I broke my collarbone. Okay, it was very painful, right? Okay, later on I realized, okay, I'm no exception to personal injuries or death. So God does not take me as an exception to human sufferings. He's not especially protecting me. God, okay, you're egalitarian, right? So God, I'm not that very special to you. You don't give special exception, okay, to me. You treat me like anybody else, okay? All right. So I learned the lesson. Yeah. Yes, fair and square. Okay. So I'm no exception. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the next element, yeah, is about knowledge. Okay. So good times, bad times. Okay. Yeah, alternation of good time, bad time. Okay. Yeah, we're going through bad time now. We know in humanology, dualism, mind plussism, plus minusism. Okay. Yeah, good times, bad times. When we go through bad times, yeah, good times will come later on. After that, bad times will come. After that, good times will come. Okay. Yeah. So there's no need to end our life now just because we are going through some bad times. Why? Because we know there will be some good times. Okay. But not everybody knows about that. Maybe they're too young to know. Maybe they didn't experience life enough. Maybe they are teenagers. Okay. Maybe they didn't know that after all this bad time, good time will come. But some of us know that. Okay. Yeah. Knowledge variable, right? Some of them know this, some of them do not know, right? So knowledge variable factor, okay, and discipline factor, okay. Some of us were very disciplined, right? We can handle the pain and suffering. Some others they can't because they're not disciplined by their parents, teachers, bosses, okay. But some of us were lucky, blessed, fortunate enough to learn the value of discipline. Even when we are going through bad times, we can handle it. We can handle the pain and suffering. Strength, discipline, okay. Yeah, previous factor religion, right? Yeah, we believe in God blindly, emotionally, irrationally, even unscientifically, unlogically, illogically. We blindly believe in God. Okay, yeah, you created us for a purpose, for some reason. God, you created us so that we live. So yeah, let's live. Okay, that's the religious prospect. And the previous factor, pain. Okay, pain of life less bigger than pain of death. Yeah, we understand some. It has some good point there, but religion, discipline, knowledge, we can overcome this Mr. Schopenhauer's inequality, which is very smart. Okay, good contribution. All right, of knowledge. Yeah, our life's pain is bigger than pain expected, anticipated, fear and pain of death. But some of us still persevere, decide to persevere, withstand all this criticism, hatred that we are when we are being targeted as a Jew, as an Asian, as a black person, white person, Arabs, natives, mixed races. Okay, we persevere. Why? Because we believe in higher purpose. We are born here in this world, in the universe. A dot, single dot in the expanse of infinite time and space. Maybe there was some reason that God created us to occupy this space and time as a very iota single dot in space and time dimension. Infinity, expanse of universe, space and time. Maybe God has some plan for us. Okay, it's kind of Christian concept. Okay, so yeah, so we are going through some bad time now, but maybe it's worthwhile a life to live. Okay, Mr. Hemingway's son, he talked about that. He wrote about that. Okay, yeah, and he did not die from suicide. Mr. Hemingway's son, he lived way to his 70s. He's passed away natural way. Okay, so yeah, so let's live as long as possible. Diet, exercise to decrease body pain. Diet, exercise so that we decrease body pain. Diet, exercise. Okay, let's drive safely so that we don't die from accidents. All right. And let's behave. Let's be nice. Let's be courteous, polite to other people. So that we don't die from murder. Okay? Yeah. Let's live. And yeah, let's leave other people. Ideological differences. We understand everybody's different, right? Let's tolerate. Let's be diplomatic, tactful, so that we don't get murdered, right? Let's be nice to other people so that they don't hate us too much. Okay? Yeah, let's learn some diplomatic, tactful skill, communication skill, so that they don't hate us too much. Right? Yeah. And let us learn that good times, bad times, it happens. After bad times, good times will come for sure. Let's learn about this dualism, manipulism, pluralism. Okay. Yeah, and do diet and exercise to decrease the pain level of our body, right? This internal, intra humanology, extra humanology, our interaction with people. Yeah, let's be nice, listen to them, respect them, be tactful, diplomatic, so that they don't hate us, right? Yeah. drive nicely, okay? Be tolerant, forgiving, pray for them, right? I mean, in Bible, they said, Mr. Jesus, yeah, the meek shall inherit the earth, planet earth, okay? The meek, the peaceful. Yeah, let's be peaceful. Okay? But at the same time, we do want to express the truth, justice, righteousness, all these mainstream doctrines, ideologies, when they are wrong. We want to voice our opinions, objections to these mainstream bad, wrong ideologies, right? But let's express it, our opinions, pursuit of the truth, justice, righteousness, in a very diplomatic, tactful, righteous, but very kind and generous manner, so that you would go down their metaphysical thought easy, more easily. That's what I did. That's what I still do. All my papers, writings, human series, okay? Yeah. LGBTism, yeah. Your freedom, LGBT community members, okay? Your freedom, we appreciate it, okay? Your backgrounds, yeah, we understand why you are LGBT community members. But we are not against you as people, but as an ideology, LGBTism, yeah, we have some reservation, perhaps, okay? We have some criticism of when it comes to soundness, unsoundness of this ideology of LGBTism. Okay, so let's talk about it. Okay, so there was the law of anti-gayism paper. Okay, but it was rejected, banned, censorship. Okay, so what do we do? Yeah, we will abide by this mainstream. Okay, we silence ourselves for a while, right? But after 5 years, 10 years, yeah, we'll resurrect it. Okay, we are not against people. We are against ideologies that take possession of people. Ideological subscription, possession. Okay, when good times come, yeah, we'll publish it, republish it again. Okay, so we are not against people. We are against some bad ideologies that that's taking possession of people. Okay, so we are not against people, but we are against some ideologies that take possession of people, take people for hostages, right? But time is not right. Okay, when I read this biography of poet Ezra Proust. Okay, so there's some advocate for them, some publishers. Okay, but they were waiting for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years to have the right time to publish his poems. Okay, so yeah, same way. Okay, yeah, love anti-gayism. Okay, yeah, we'll wait. Maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5, 10 years. Okay, I don't think just pro-gayism, pro-LGBTism. I don't think it has that much. I don't think it have more than 10 years left. Okay, so I doubt it. But there's no content, substance in it. Okay, LGBTism. Yeah, my good old nemesis. Ideology wise, okay. Yeah. I don't think LGBTism have that much long time, okay. Maybe 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 10 years, okay. I don't know. My prediction, less than 10 years, okay. LGBTism, okay. Because it has no good in there, okay. It has no substance or content, right? So this paper I wrote, back in 2014, 7 years ago. Love antagonism. It's being persecuted, censored, banned, right? But I have the copy, okay, and I have in multiple places, right? Cloud storage, but it's not published. It was, okay, but they censored it, they banned it. Right? We understand, okay. They're publishing business, yeah. We understand. We don't blame them, okay. But so I'm holding it, bolting it, okay. It's in my computer and cloud storage, alright. And it's out there. Some people downloaded them, okay. When it was still available, okay. We are not against people, LGBT people. We are not against them. Okay? We disagree, we respect disagreement, diversity. We get it. But scholaristically, academically, scientifically, logically, we just concluded that LGBT ideology is not sound, is not rational, it's not scientific, it's not evolutionary, it's not biological, it's not very desirable lifestyle to live by. LGBTism, right? It's very harmful, very toxic, very deleterious. I wrote this paper when I was in law school, 2014, 7 years ago. 172 pages, okay, written over a year, right? In my spare time when I was a law student, somewhere in Midwest America, back in 2014, okay. I mathematically proved that LGBTism is not a good ideology to subscribe to for their own sake. Love, caring, okay? Yeah, ideology, yeah, they're possessed by ideology, ideological possession, subscription, okay? They're misled and misguided. That was my conclusion. We all make mistakes. We're influenced by our environment, right? But it's our moral and ethical obligation to share our knowledge, discovery. Okay, when Alaskans, people came to Alaska, they discovered this gold mine. They share with the other people, right? So when we make this brand new discovery in mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, philosophy, we want to share it, right? Holy Spirit of knowledge, truth, justice, righteousness. It overwhelms us. The discovery of gold, silver, copper, emerald, sapphire, ruby, right? Yeah, we want to share it with the rest of the world because it's too much to contain to ourselves. Treasure trove of knowledge, truth, righteousness. That's what has been done. That's what I did. And that's how it will be future generation, okay? To you, to me, to others in the past, present, future, it's all the same, okay? It's a propagation of this ink, cup of water. You have this blue ink, it disperses, right? Metaphysically speaking, this idea, if it's worthwhile, you start to propagate in metaphysical space and time. If it's a very good idea, Yeah, in human space, word of mouth. Okay, yeah, because it's too much to contain in ourselves. Okay, it will start to propagate if it's a good idea, right? Yeah, it's like molecule diffusion, propagation, right? Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Okay. Okay. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. I have to get back to work tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay. God bless you. Be peaceful, please. We recommend peace. Yeah. Love each other. Mr. Jesus. Okay. Turn the right cheek, left cheek, whatever. Okay. Peaceful, tolerance, peace. Yeah. Ambition, right? But we are abiding by the law, ethics, morality. Okay. But we are waiting peacefully. We tolerate persecutions like Mr. Jesus Christ. Okay. Turn the left to right to go. Yeah, but at the same time, we are waiting. We are peaceful, law-abiding, hard-working citizens of whatever country you are at. Okay. Yeah. Let's tolerate, persevere the severity of weather, political climate. Okay. Forgive and forget. Okay. But at the same time, we do diet, exercise, practice martial arts, train ourselves, okay, be strong, muscle, joints, cardiovascular, we run, swim, okay. If you are injured, yeah, take a good rest. If you are disabled, yeah, if you are disabled, lower limbs, you can still exercise with your upper limbs. If you are disabled in upper limbs, you can still exercise with your lower limbs, okay? Exercise, diet, very important, okay? But if you are injured now, yeah, take a break for a while, okay? But after that, yeah, you want to do some diet exercise, upper limbs, lower limbs, okay? Maybe eye movement, facial exercise like this, okay? You have to move around as much as you can after you recover from injuries, right? Yeah, diet, exercise, very important, right? So, okay, all right. Happy Thursday. Okay, thank you. God bless you for generations call. Thank you. God bless you. I love you. Thank you for loving me. Bye.